I think Solidarity's report is very important because what it demonstrates is the unequal application of the rule of law. And when whites are seen to be punished more for alleged racist statements versus black people, it sows more conflict and more discord and mistrust in the rule of law. So that for me is the key issue that arose from today. Secondly, I think that the media has an enormous responsibility not to foment racial hatred in our country, given our past. It was Scott Pelley from the NBC who said, as a journalist, if you're first, no one will remember if you want the scoop, but if you're wrong, everybody will remember. And I think it behoves our journalists to investigate allegations of racism and racial discrimination and to be wise enough to discern what is important and what is not. There isn't a good balance between negative stories about racial conflict versus stories where people work across the colour line very well. And in my work, I see that every day. I see how white and black and coloured and Indian people work together to create a better South Africa. In fact, I want to embark on an analysis of my work to look at how the projects that I award prevent South Africa from becoming a failed state, because they are the people who address HIV, the pandemic, TB, job creation, youth skills development, and I can go on and on and on. I've just released 2 books on youth skills development. So I think what Solidarity does to not only reveal what is going on in the public sphere around racial discrimination, but it's also to hold politicians accountable for inciting violence. Many of their racist comments are irresponsible, and they use it to deflect away from their incapacity to deliver. We've seen what incitement to racial hatred has done in Germany, around the world, with the Holocaust, with Rwanda, and with other countries. To mobilize around race and ethnicity has always been something dangerous. And Solidarity's demand to stop racism, I think, is a real campaign that we should organize around.
Yeah.
You see, I don't agree with Bill Johnson. For me, social media is part of the 21st century's means of communication. But we must take it for what it is. We must use it for what it is. And that people use social media to blow things out of all proportion, I think is irresponsible. I think it's also, social media flourishes, especially in a society where people feel silenced. Now, I visit my daughter regularly in Santa Monica. They use social media quite differently to the way we use it. And I see people always say to my daughter, you post very interesting columns and debates. Whereas we use social media to get at each other. I mean, I see people tweet their intimate love stuff on Twitter and social media. So there's a role for it. I am a complete free speech advocate, and I think that it is something we have to live with and deal with.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.